Hey Wildcats, welcome to the January edition of the Wild Broadcast Show.
Today we'll be talking about Martin Luther King Day, the presidential inauguration,
Holocaust Remembrance Day, National Mentoring, and school sports, which includes flag football and basketball.
Let's jump into it.
I have a dream that my 4 little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Baptist minister, renowned political philosopher, and activist Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the most notable civil rights leaders in the world. Born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia, Martin was the second child of 3 children. Martin followed in his father's footsteps, not only becoming a pastor, but also became a civil rights activist in 1955. The Montgomery bus boycott was the start of Martin's activism. Him and another man named Edgar Nixon planned and urged a boycott of the Montgomery buses as a protest against the way black people were segregated on buses. As a result, white people bombed King's house and got him arrested for driving 5 miles above the speed limit, but it simply drew him more attention. In 1963, King helped plan the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. It was the largest human rights protest in American history. On August 28, 1963, there were about 250,000 people who marched between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial. In this march, he delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech on the steps of the memorial. In the following year, Martin was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. On April 4, 1968, at 6:01 p.m., Martin was shot in the neck while he was standing on the balcony of his motel room in Memphis, Tennessee. King was rushed to St. Joseph's Hospital, where he experienced cardiac arrest on arrival, but he died later that night. The assassination led to violent race-related riots in Washington, D.C., Chicago, Baltimore, Louisville, Kansas City, and dozens of other cities. Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy gave an improvised speech about carrying on King's ideal of nonviolence and equality. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed a bill creating a federal holiday to honor King on January 20. In 2011, he was given a memorial in Washington, D.C., including a granite statue of him called the Stone of Hope.
Inauguration Day is a special day in the United States when a new president officially starts their job. It happens every 4 years on January 20th. Following a new presidential election, this marks the day, the beginning of the president's term in office.
The president takes an oath, which is a special promise to do their best and lead the country and protect the Constitution. After the oath, the president gives a speech about their plans and hopes for the nation.
The first Inauguration Day was on April 30th, 1789, when George Washington became the first president, and our upcoming president one is for Donald Trump on the 20th. Thomas Jefferson was the first to walk his inauguration, starting a tradition connecting with people. The longest inaugural address was given by William Henry Harrison in 1841, lasting nearly 2 years in cold weather. Unfortunately, he got sick and died a month later.
There is often a parade and other events to celebrate the new president. The event brings together people from all over the country to enjoy the moment and celebrate democracy. The parade includes marching bands, floats, and representatives from different parts of the nation.
Well, that's the end of this episode. Make sure to follow us on YouTube at The Wild Broadcats. Until next time, bye Wildcats.
Holocaust Remembrance Day is a day to remember the millions of people who were killed during the Holocaust. The Holocaust happened during World War II when Nazis led by Adolf Hitler murdered 6 million Jews and millions of others. This day honors the victims and survivors of this tragedy. This day is observed every year on January 27th. People all over the world hold ceremonies and have moments of silence to remember the lives lost and reflect on the past. During the Holocaust, many people were sent to concentration camps where they suffered and died. Families were sent to different camps and were split apart. Survivors talk about what happened to help people remember. By remembering the Holocaust, we learn how important it is to treat everyone with kindness and respect.
Hi, my name is Eric.
And mine is Andrew.
You know what a mentor is?
No, what is a mentor?
Well, a mentor is an experienced and trusted person you know.
Oh, I forgot.
You know something else?
Let me guess, it's about a mentor.
Yep.
Let's go.
Mentors help you with your homework, support, or activity you are doing.
Wow.
Want to give an example?
Sure. A mentor is someone who provides guidance and support. So if they have all these qualities, they would be a good mentor.
Nice. What else?
What makes a person a mentor is that they're honest, enthusiastic, and provide feedback. Some other qualities are empathy and having a positive attitude and active listening.
Wow, those are some good examples. You want to hear one from me?
Sure.
That they help you stay focused, provide support, and are candid.
What does candid mean?
Candid means truthful and straightforward.
Wow, that's a good example.
WildCats, South Miami Middle wants to hear from you. In the next week, you'll see QR codes posted around the school so you can share with us who your mentor is and why. Have a terrific day!
Hey Wildcats, today we'll be talking about flag football. Let's get into it. So first, the coach for flag football is Coach Truby. He's a teacher for woodshop at South Miami Senior High. Practices for the flag football team is at Palmer Park. That's where we get all of our athletes ready. Our first game is on January 28th against Adam Merritt, K-8. Here's some footage of our last practice. I will keep you guys posted throughout the season. See you on the next one.
Cats, we have some exciting news to share as we kick off a brand new basketball season and announce the first cup for the basketball team.
Let's give a big cheer for all the students who demonstrated amazing skills, great sportsmanship, and dedication during tryouts, as we are thrilled to announce the talented players. Alexander Sanchez,
Xavier Parker,
Noah Diaz,
Kelvin Hester Jr.,
Lucas Thomas Delon,
Mason Perez,
Mark Wilkerson,
Braylon Wright Brown,
Jaleel Hawkins,
Devin Sanchino,
Alan De Matos,
Dante Toppin,
Devin Russell,
Kevin Ramirez,
Quanta Smith,
Lazaro Arroyo,
Jaden Castellon,
Hector Torres,
Harvin Freira,
Samuel Olivas,
and Anthony Lewis. Now let's go on into an interview with the talented basketball coach, Coach Miguel.
Who am I here with today?
Miguel Rodriguez.
And what are some of the main goals for the basketball team this season?
Well, we definitely want to put together a good team. We want to be able to compete at a very high level within our age group and most of all, have fun.
How do you prepare your team for a game?
You challenge them in practice. If you give them tough challenges and they overcome it in practice, then in the game it's easy. So the practice have to be a lot harder in the game.
What inspired you to become a school basketball coach?
I've loved sports all my life. Basketball was one of my first loves when I was a little kid, and then it grew into baseball. But I love the game, I love watching it, I love other people enjoying it, and that alone kind of motivated me to volunteer for this.
How do you think the basketball team is going to do this season?
I think they will go undefeated.
How do you feel about making the basketball team?
It feels great. I made it last year, and this year I just want to win a championship because we lost tragically by 1 last year, and I just want to get that chip. Yeah.
And that's it for this episode of the Wild Broadcast Show.
Make sure to follow our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.